श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ अखण्डानन्दसम्बोधः वन्दनात् यस्य जायते गोविन्दं वन्दे चिदानन्दतनुं गुरुम्. So we are seeing the utility, the usefulness, the necessity of vairagya. Continuing on the same topic, he says, saṃsāramṛtyorbalinaḥ praveṣṭuṃ dvārāṇi tu trīṇi mahānti loke kāntā ca jihvā ca kanakaṃ ca tāni ruṇaddhi yastasya bhayaṃ na mṛtyoḥ. So we said vairagya is important, but without understanding who our opponent is, even if we have strength, we don't know whether it is enough for us to have a combat with that opponent. You understand? So we have to know the opponent's power to judge if it is enough for us. So for that he is explaining the opponent. saṃsāramṛtyorbalinaḥ praveṣṭuṃ dvārāṇi tu trīṇi mahānti loke kāntā ca jihvā ca kanakaṃ ca tāni ruṇaddhi tasya bhayaṃ na mṛtyoḥ. See, this shloka I read. See, this text I read, I told you in the beginning itself, I said, read that around 20 to 30 years ago. I don't know what is there in this text, in which order the text explains things, because I read it in English or whatever language, I don't even remember it. So, still I remember this shloka is there in the text. I remembered it all throughout. I'll give you the reason for that later. Okay. So he says, Barinaha saṃsāramṛtyorho. Saṃsāramṛtyorho. Samsara itself is the death. Not the death in samsara. Samsara itself is death. Saṃsāramṛtyorho. That samsara which is death. For that which samsara which is death, which is powerful. That powerful samsara which is death. For that praveṣṭuṃ, to enter, that samsara to enter, loke trīṇi mahānti dvārāṇi. There are 3 doors for that. There are 3 gates for that. Not doors, gates for that. Okay. Gate means opening. There are 3 openings for that. In the world, in loke trīṇi mahānti dvārāṇi, big, huge gates. And what are they? See, what is the difference? Gate and door. See, gate is that just that opening. Door is that where you have a thing, something to close it, right? So we are talking about the gate here. Okay, he says there are 3 gates. Kāntā ca jihvā ca kanakaṃ ca. What are they? Kāntā ca jihvā ca kanakaṃ ca. Kāntā first, jihvā second, and third kanakaṃ. Kāntā means women. Women means men, both. Okay. So the other sex or the sex which attracts you. jihvā ca. Jihvā ca. I'll come to that later. Kanakaṃ ca. Kanakaṃ means gold, meaning wealth, any wealth. Okay. So women and wealth. These are 2 important things. This is why I said we'll talk about the third one later. Yes, sir. See why I remembered this. In Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's book, in his teaching, he always refers to this Kamini Kanchana. These 2 things called Kamini Kanchana. Kamini means women and Kanchana means wealth. Gold, of course, wealth. So all these people, they'll be all these people who are associated with Ramakrishna mission, they'll be like, their eyes will be with fear. It is good to be afraid of it, but fear itself, like hypnotized the kids they are. Fear itself is not enough. You need to have strength to overcome the fear. These are things which you need to be afraid of. That is what it is said, but not to be afraid of throughout your life. That is the only thing they are afraid of. So here he says, Kamini Kanchana. Same thing in different words. Which is a Kāntā kanakaṃ ca. This is Acharya, producer for Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and others. So he has said even more important thing. Jihvā ca. Jihvā means tongue. That is also one more very important thing. The gate. Important gate. What is that? Jihvā can be upalakshana. It can be a pointer to the other sense organs. You can accept that like that. If I'm going to explain, say jihvā means tongue. Tongue means a pointer to the other sense organs. Yes, but why did he say tongue? He could have said netra. Same characters. Netra and jihvā. Jihvā. Same compound characters, same number of characters. So there is no issue if you are going to use it in a poem. Because in a Sanskrit poem, you have to be very careful how many characters you use, etc. There is no issue here. You can use it. But still, he says jihvā specifically. Why? Not netra, but jihvā. Why? You have to understand the characteristics or the activity, the utility of eye is to see the object. The utility of the ear is to hear object. The utility of your hand is to give and take. Right? So the eye is a knowledge sense organ. Ear is a knowledge sense organ. Hand is a action sense organ. Karma indriya. Eye is jnana indriya, knowledge sense organ. Hand is karma indriya, action sense organ. Right? Now here, the tongue, it is a dangerous tool. That is why in the world they say, oh, his tongue is like a sharp knife. Sometimes they also say, oh, his tongue. Oh, tongue does not have any bone inside it. That's why it can twist any which way. He can turn it any which way. Meaning you can use it for and con, pro and con, any which way. So, but that is not what it said here. Tongue is ubhayatmaka, dvindriya. It is a both type of sense organ. Knowledge sense organ as well as action sense organ. Karmendriya, jnanendriya. Some people accept the mind to be karmendriya, jnanendriya, but we don't accept the mind itself to be an indriya. In Vedanta, there are two groups. One accepting mind as indriya, the other which does not accept mind as indriya. We don't accept mind as indriya. That is our school. Okay. Now, the sense organ, among the sense organ, tongue is the only sense organ which is both a knowledge sense organ and action sense organ. Okay. Now, another thing is, you can control any sense organ easily, but the only sense organ which is left even after controlling all the other sense organ will be probably your tongue. That is why in Thiruvalvar says, Yagavarayan Nagaka, Kavakal, Sogapar Solidikapattu. Whoever it may be, he should have to control his tongue. If he does not control his tongue, he will be pulled by his own strength of the tongue. The words he uses, the same words will be used against him. We should be very careful with reference to what words we use. And that is why, when with reference to self-control, he says, Adakkam amarul vaikum adangami arul vaithudum. If you have control, then you will be living among the deities. If you don't have any control, then it will push you into eternal darkness, blinding darkness. Okay. Now, let that be. So, this is both knowledge sense organ and action sense organ. That is why I have seen a lot of sadhus who are slaves to their tongues. They can't stop speaking. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. They can't stop giving lectures. No. And the other group is people who are completely attached to their tongue, the taste. They want this kind of food, that kind of food, which will go well with that another kind of food, all that. See, you have to understand the difference. Enjoying your food, eating your food properly, that is not a problem. But eating it improperly also is another problem. Like there are some sadhus who also have this. See, they choose this. Because Bhagavan Bhashikara very clearly says, Swadvannam natu yachyatam vidivashat prapte na santushyatam. Swadvannam natu yachyatam. Don't beg for tasty food. We should not beg for tasty food, crave for tasty food. The food whichever we get, sometimes there will be no salt, sometimes there will be more salt, sometimes there is more spice or less spice. It's okay. Vidhivashat, it has come according to your fate. Just enjoy it. Now, there are other kind of sadhus. That is also an idiotic, stupid kind of sadhu group, which is they'll have a bowl or something in which they'll put the rice, they'll put the sambar, they'll put the other vegetable or whatever, they'll put the sweet, they'll put the curd, everything, whatever you are going to serve that day, they'll take everything in one single bowl, not separately, in one single bowl, and mix it and eat it. It is like eating vomit. So that is also stupid, most stupid. Then why did you cook it all in different? Why do you want things to be cooked? Just take one food and leave. That's all. Why do you want to have every food? It's all show off. I keep repeating, vairagya is not for show off. It is for living. Okay. Now, balinaḥ, kāntā. So these are the three things. That is why jihvā is a very powerful thing, very important thing, which is the thing, is the sense organ which is controlled at the end. We should have to have control over it. So these are the three gates for that death of samsara, the samsara, which is death. Okay. Yaha tāni ruṇaddhi, one who is capable of blocking it, removing it, destroying it. Tasya mṛtyoḥ na bhayaṃ. He is not afraid of the death. Okay. Now he goes on to explain that. muktiśrīnagarasya durjayataraṃ dvāraṃ yadastyādimaṃ tasya arare dhanaṃ ca yuvatī tābhyāṃ pinaddhaṃ dṛḍham kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā balavatā dvāraṃ tadetattrayaṃ dhīro yastu bhinatti sukhaṃ bhayaṃ muktiśrīnagarasya muktiśrīnagarasya durjayataraṃ dvāraṃ yadasya ādimaṃ tasya arare dhanaṃ ca yuvatī tābhyāṃ pinaddhaṃ dṛḍham kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā balavatā dvāraṃ tadetattrayaṃ dhīro yahatu bhinatti sukhaṃ bhayaṃ muktiśrīnagarasya. So he says, muktiśrīnagarasya, mukti, liberation tree, wealth, nagara, city. The city of the wealth of liberation. The city which has the wealth of liberation. Shri also is the name for goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. Okay. So the city of the wealth of liberation, for that durjayataraṃ, it is very difficult to it's like a fort. Like any fort is very difficult to enter. So normally we have seen the fort with open gates. When we want to attack it, they will close the doors. Now we don't have any doors, right? We just said gate. There is no door, we said, right? So we didn't say talk about the door. So he says, yadu ādimam dvāraṃ asti tasya dhanaṃ yuvatī ca arare. The first gate which you have, for that first gate there are two doors. One is a dhanaṃ, the other is a yuvatī. One is wealth, the other is woman. Arare means the doors. There are two doors for that first gate. So what? Just push it, kick it, it will open. Because I said just door, use logic. I just said door. I didn't say it has the door with latch. I didn't talk about the latch or lock. So it just push it, it will open, right? It's not that simple. Why? He says, tābhyāṃ pinaddhaṃ dvāraṃ balavatā kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā. Tābhyāṃ kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā balavatā kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā pinaddhaṃ dvāraṃ tābhyāṃ. So those two doors are that which is closing, which is blocking your way. You can't kick it. Why? It is also balavatā kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā dṛḍham bandham. It is bound. It has a, see, if you have a door with latch or with lock, if you know where the lock is, you can pick the lock. If you know how to pick a lock, you can pick a lock. Okay. If you don't know how to pick a lock, it is simple. You just have to kick wherever that point is of the lock. You just have to kick. But here it is not that simple. Why? He says, balavatā, very strong. kāmākhyārgaladāruṇā, the daru means wood. With a strong wood called kāma. Kāmākhyā means kāma, called kāma, named kāma. The door is blocked, protected by a very strong wood. Now let us see. See, if you have a lock, you can just use a hammer to blow it off. That's all, simple. But this, if you have seen, like in the ashram, if you have seen the olden temples and the gates of the temple, or the forts, Indian forts, if you had visited, probably the other forts also, behind the main door, they will have a big piece of wood, which kind of tree. They just have remove the external bark of the tree and then insert that. There will be two openings there where you can put the wood, drop the wood. It just stays there. You cannot push it further. So that kind of tree is preventing you from breaking open the gate. Strong wooden piece, strong wooden tree kind of. Okay. So then dṛḍham, tadetattrayaṃ. These three means the two gates and the third, the wood. Yaha dhīraha bhinatti, the one who has the strength to break it open. Saha vimuktiśrīnagarasya, he, the vimuktiśrī, the wealth of vimukti, the wealth of liberation, sukhaṃ bhoktum arhati, is capable of, arhati means is capable of bhoktum sukhaṃ, enjoying the bliss of that wealth of liberation. So you have to break this. But wait, how do I break this? So he says, rūఢasya vivekāśvam tīvra khadginaḥ tikshavarmayuktasya pratiyogina drushyate. What should I be equipped with to break these three doors, the three obstacles, which is two doors and a block of wood which is blocking the door? The woman, wealth, and the block of wood behind us, the kama, desire. Okay. Now, how to break these three open? So he says, ārūಢasya vivekāśvam tīvra vairāgya khadginaḥ diksha varma yuktasya pratiyogi na drushyate. Vivekāśvam ārūಢasya, one who has alighted. Ārūಢa means one who is established. Alighted, one who is established in the viveka ashva. Ashva means horse, viveka means discrimination. The horse of discrimination, one who is sitting in the horse of discrimination, established in the horse of discrimination. Just that is enough? No. Then what do you need? Tīvra vairāgya khadginaḥ. You have to have the sword, khadga, the sword. Okay. Khadginaḥ, one who has the sword. You have to have the sword of what? Tīvra vairāgya. Great dispassion, strong dispassion. You have to be established in the horse of viveka, discrimination. You have to hold on to this sword of great dispassion, strong dispassion. Now, is that enough? Sitting in the horse is not good enough. You have to have a very strong sword to cut open the gate. But wait, if you know about a fort, if they'll keep the gates always open. Only when there is an enemy like you, when you want to enter, they keep the door closed and replace the wooden thing back behind it. Now, if you want to open it, they are not going to just wait there and say, okay, let us see if he's able to open it. No, they are not going to wait there. They are going to do everything to prevent you from breaking it open. So they are going to use their guns or arrows or whatever. So you should be protected also. Therefore, he says, tidiksha varma yuktasya. Varma means the shield. So you have to also have a shield called tidiksha, forbearance. What is this? See, when you are going to going to use the Viveka and Vairagya, there are always going to be bad experiences. Bad experiences in the sense, the good experience is also bad experience for the Viveki. Sukhamapi dukkham eva yoginah. For the yogi, even the sukha, the happiness is a sorrow. So therefore, he says, when you have this titiksha, this forbearance, whatever happens, whatever takes place, you have to accept it. Acceptance is forbearance here. Titiksha means you have to accept it. You have to, we call sahana. We just take it. That's all. Accept it. So when you are established in the horse of Viveka, when you have the sword of strong dispassion, when you have the forbearance, which is the shield, then for this kind of person, pratiyogi na drishyate, there is no opponent. There is no opposition, there is no opponent. He can just go enter anywhere. Now, why do you have to say tīvra vairagya? Strong dispassion, great dispassion. Why? He says, Vekajam tīvra vraktimeva muktiśrīnagarasya nigadanti santah tasmād veki viratim mokshur saṃsāramṛtyorbalinaḥ praveṣṭuṃ prayatnāt. Vekajam tīvra viraktim eva muktiśrīnagarasya nigadanti santah tasmād veki viratim mokshuhu saṃsāramṛtyorbalinaḥ praveṣṭuṃ prayatnāt. Vivekajam. Vivekaja means that is born of Veka, discrimination. Vekajam means fifth case. That which is born of discrimination, that kind of a tīvra virakti meva, strong dispassion. A strong dispassion which is born of discrimination. Eva, only, muktehe nidanam. Nidanam means cause. Mukti, liberation, is the cause for liberation. Only the strong dispassion gained through discrimination is the cause for liberation. What is the cause for liberation? Strong dispassion gained through discrimination. Not a dispassion which is because you can see people, when you talk about dispassion and discrimination and all that, crying. But that is not dispassion or discrimination. That is the reality check. It tells you, it shows you that you don't have the amount of dispassion, discrimination which is necessary. It is just to show that. So he says, Vekajam, that which is born of. That kind of, only the Vairagya which is born of Veka is stronger, not any other Viveka, any other Vairagya. Because during the introduction of Vairagya, we say Manda, Madhyama, Tīvra, etc. The three different kinds of Vairagya. In that, in the Manda Vairagya, we said the Vairagya which we gain through pravachana, listening to the discourses, lectures. Then, second is a Smashana Vairagya. When you see somebody dead, when you visit a crematorium or something like that. Third is a Prasava Vairagya. When you experience the pain of a labor, giving birth to a child. Now, when you listen to the Vairagya, you'll be crying. Oh, I don't have that kind of Vairagya. But outside, oh, let us go and have that. Let us enjoy that. Have a cup of wine. Over. Your Vairagya is lost. So, and next one is the Smashana Vairagya. When you go to crematorium, you will say. The problem with people is they always live with the dead. They don't live with the living. People will live with the dead. You always talk to other person. Oh, during that time in the past or in the future, or a person who lived in the past. Only with them you live. You don't live with the person who is living, alive. So he says that is the nature of the world. He says so you have to have a great amount of discrimination, and the dispassion born out of that great amount of discrimination is called a great dispassion. That is the cause for the liberation. That is why Bhagavan Bhashyakara says Atyanta Vairagyam Moksha Lakshanam or Charama Vairagyo Moksha Lakshanam. The absolute dispassion is the sign of liberation. Okay, nigadanti santah. Who says this is the cause for? Santah nigadanti. Third type of vairagya, prasava vairagya. I told that prasava vairagya means when somebody is dead, you are going to feel, oh, he is dead. He was a very good man and all that. And next thing you are going to start is your own life. Oh, dead people are dead. Anyway, we have to carry on with our life. Yes, you are going to carry on with your life. Now, there's the vairagya is also lost there. Then the prasava vairagya. When the woman experiences the labor pain, she is so resolute that I will not allow the husband or man to come closer. But once he sees, she sees him, everything changes. So he says those kind of vairagya are temporary stopgap vairagya. We are not talking about that. We are talking about strong vairagya. Nigadanti santaha. That is the cause for this the liberation. Who says this? Santaha nigadanti. The saints, they say. The learned ones, they say. The knowledgeable ones, they say. Tasmat veki mokshuhu. Therefore, this mokshu, who is a viveki also, who is a discriminative person also, this mumukshu, the saying liberation, what he has to do is viratim, prathamam prayatnat sampadayat. That kind of virakti, vairagya, he should have to first gain with effort. Prayatnat sampadayat. He should have to put effort to gain that vairagya. Okay, you should have to put that effort to gain the vairagya. This kind of vairagya, tīvra vairagya. Puman ajata nirvedaha dehabandham jihasitum nahi shaknoti nirvedaha bandhavedho mahānaso. So he's talking about that block which you have to, that door which you have to open with all the three difficulties, obstacles. So to break open that, what you need? Puman ajata nirvedaha dehabandham jihasitum nahi shaknoti nirvedaha bandhavedo mahānaso. Like we said, we use a wooden plank or wooden tree, another wooden tree, and break open that door. Similarly, ajata nirvedaha, ajata, na jata iti ajata, one which is not gained. What is not gained? Nirveda. Nirveda means vairagya. We have already said, brahmano nirvedamayat nastya krita kritena. Brahmana, this seeker, nirvedamayat, should gain the nirveda, vairagya. How? Nasti akritaha kritena, with the discrimination that the one which is not an effect cannot be gained through any cause. Through that discrimination, he has to gain the dispassion, nirveda. Okay, same word he is using, nirveda. So, ajata nirveda, a person who has not gained that kind of dispassion, puman, that person, dehabandham jihasitum nahi shaknoti, cannot, he is not capable of giving up. Oha tyage is the root word. Ha, jihā. Like that it becomes jihasitum, to give up. To give up the attachment to the bondage, the attachment to the body. Deha bandham, the attachment to the body, he is not capable of giving up. If a person does not have vairagya, dispassion, strong dispassion. Aso nirvedaha mahan bandha bhedaha. This vairagya is the one which is stronger, which is the strong thing to break open. Bhedaha means to bidulru chedini, to break open that door. Okay? Vairagya rahita eva yamalaya ivalaye klishtanti trividais tapair mohita api pandita. If you don't have the vairagya, so what? So he says, vairagya rahita eva yamalaya iva alaye klishtanti trividaihi tapaihi mohita api panditaha. Beautiful shloka this is. Pandita api, pandita means pandit. Pandit means normally we say a knowledgeable one and all that, liberated one and all that. Panda yasya asti pandita. Panda means knowledge. Yasya asti, one who has, is pandita. Pandit means a knowledgeable one. That is the normal sense. Pandita api, here it says, even the knowledgeable ones, not the liberated ones. Pandita here means the learned ones. When we talk about knowledge, there are two kinds of knowledge. One is a mediate and the other is immediate. Paroksha and aparoksha. Paroksha is mediate and aparoksha is immediate. So one who has gained the immediate knowledge. Why do you call him Pandita? He's not, he's not, he has not the immediate knowledge. But then why do you call him Pandita? You should have to call him something else, Vidwan, something maybe. Why Pandita? The reason is, there is a sutra in grammar, Sanskrit grammar, tad adhite tad veda, tad adhite tad veda. Even if you study it or if you know it, there is only one suffix for it. The verbal suffix, there is only one suffix, same suffix for both, for the person who is reading or the person who knows. That is why Vyakaranam Adhita Vedava iti Vaiyakarana. One who knows Vyakarana, grammar, Sanskrit grammar, one who knows grammar or one who studies grammar, both are referred to as Vaiyakarana. Similarly, one who knows yoga and one who studies yoga is called as yogi. Similarly, here Pandita. Okay. So he has the immediate knowledge, he does not have the immediate knowledge. Panditapi. That is why even in Devi Bhagavata it is said, Jnani nampi chetamsi Devi Bhagavati hi sa balada krishya mohaya mahamaya prayachati. The Mahamaya, the great illusion, she through her delusion deludes even the learned ones. Jnani namapi chetamsi, even the heart of the mind of the Jnani. Jnani, there is the immediate knowledge person, not immediate knowledge. For the immediate knowledge, there is nothing to be deluded about, right? So, tatra ko moha kashokaha. Where is the moha? Where is the shoka for him? Where is the delusion? Where is the sorrow for him? There is no sorrow or delusion for him. So, vairagya rahita eva. When the pandita, when the one with immediate knowledge, if he does not have vairagya, then mohita eva. They will definitely be deluded. Don't you have to think about it. If a person, even if he has the knowledge, immediate knowledge, still, if he does not have the vairagya, he will definitely be deluded. There is no doubt about it. Okay? And because of delusion, ko moha kashoka. Because of moha, shoka will be there. They are inseparable. So he says, Yamalaya iva. Like in the Yamalaya, Yamalaya means the residence of Yama, which is hell. So what did we see in the hell? We saw the different kinds of sorrow which we experience in the hell. Similarly, alaya means temple. Normally here, alaya means people generally say alaya means temple. Alaya is a place of residence. Deva alaya means this place of deity. Alaya generally means the place, the house. Okay, so alaya, like in the house of Yama, in your own house, trividaihi tapehi klishtanti. One will be in their own house, they will be troubled by the three kinds of tapas, three kinds of troubles: adhyatmika, adi bhautika, adi devika. Adhyatmika, the trouble caused by the body, the suffering caused by the body. Adi bhautika, the suffering caused by the elements. The adi devika, the suffering caused by the deity, the god, the rain, cold, heat, etc. So they are going to be definitely like you are fried and all that and experience a great amount of pain in the house of Yama. Similarly, you will be experiencing all this pain in your own house if you don't have vairagya. That is what he says. Okay. Now, the next stage after vairagya, whatever happens, till this vairagya is explained. After that, the Samadhi Shakti Sampati should be discussed. So he is going to that next. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.